So, someone in my stream made a rather interesting observation about Halpha. The basic idea is that the 4 main continents of Halpha are representations of the 4 planets from the original Phantasy Star games released in the 80s and 90s. So, why don't we take a look at this? My name's Zio, and I'll be your lore keeper. I know we have quite a few people who were introduced to the series thanks to PSO2 in recent years. As you may already know, Phantasy Star is a very old IP, about as old as Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, believe it or not. The first 4 games in the series take place in the Algol solar system. The writers at SEGA must have really done their homework here. There's an actual Algol star system nestled deep within our neighboring galaxy, Andromeda. The 2 main stars orbit each other, while the 3rd star orbits them. Algol was associated with war, violence, and death in many cultures. It was also nicknamed the Demon Star. The Algol solar system is made up of 3 planets. You have the balmy paradise, that is Palma, the rugged desert planet Motavia, and the frozen mountainous world of Dazorus. There's also a hidden 4th planet, Rikros. They each have their own unique climate, geography, and culture. So, the million meseta question here is, what does this have to do with Halpha? Well, the Halpha that we know is made up of 4 distinct regions with 4 very distinct biomes. You have the lush, verdant tropical paradise that is Alio, mimicking the environment of Palma. The rugged desert landscape of Vertem is reminiscent of Motavia's. And of course I can't forget the Motavia overworld theme that plays on top of the pyramid. And then you have the frigid, mountainous region of Kavaris with an environment similar to Dazorus. Now, here's the oddball. You have the hellish volcanic region, which people are calling Stia. But is it really a volcano per se? Now, there's a massive fire pillar that you can see from the other regions, accompanied by an ever-present storm raging in the skies above it. Now, Stia doesn't have a representation here, at least not geographically. There was also the hidden planet Rikros, but that was more crystalline looking. There's another weird wrinkle to this. If you look at a world map, the other 3 regions are close together, while Stia is kinda off on its own, much like Rikros. The grayed out portions are regions that we haven't visited in-game yet. So far as of this recording, that just leaves Kavaris and Stia. Another interesting thing about Stia is that it looks somewhat like an eyeball or a spaceship from this view. Once again, we have to revisit the theories on the nature of Halpha itself, specifically the one claiming that it's a simulation, and the one claiming that it's a world ship of sorts. What if it's both? What if this is an elaborate simulation, and there's someone or something calling the shots in that tower above Lake Halphia? What if this whole thing is being run by a not-so-nice entity within that tower, like a mother brain of sorts built by a shadow government? Could this all just be happenstance? I think not. Now going back to the world ship thing, you have the blue barriers that partition off each region. Here's another interesting thing. When there's no adjacent landmass, it's nothing but ocean as far as the eye can see. And if you swim to the edge of that, you'll hit another blue barrier. So maybe there's outer space on the other side of that barrier, and that endless ocean is just an illusion. There's one final thing I'd like to point out. The floor in the lobby in the middle of Central Tower isn't a flat texture. Maybe it's a transporter of sorts, so if it turns out the tower is indeed Central Command, then maybe this is our ticket in there. That's pretty much anyone's guess at this point. So if you enjoyed this, well, you know what to do. As always, thank you so much for watching and for the continued support. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, to thine own self be true. Until next time, farewell.